Welcome to Ariel Talk Time, hosted by business intuitive, entrepreneur, and founder of Ariel, Victoria Lynn Weston. Listen to her thought-provoking interviews with inspiring leaders, creators, and intuitive thinkers who share their stories and lifestyle tips to enhance your way of living. And we're inviting you to join our conversation. If you like this interview, please post a review on iTunes or Stitcher.
Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in today. We have a particularly delicious show to share with you. We're going to be talking about avocado oil, the benefits, the nutrients, and my guest today is the owner of Bella Vado, California, Avocado Oil, and her name is Corinne DeSalvo. Corinne DeSalvo is also known as the Oil Baroness. She's a native Californian, born in San Diego. Corinne spent over 25 years in technology and digital marketing, and after receiving her BA in systems analysis, she went on to work for some of the most prestigious companies in the industry. Her specialized experience gave her the opportunity to travel the world in Spain, Mexico, Australia, and New Zealand. And it was these unique opportunities that piqued her interest in food and created the foodie she is today. After holding executive positions for many years, she followed her love of food and farming and purchased a 40-acre organic avocado grove in Southern California. The purchase of this iconic farm further fueled her passion for clean food and living, and that's where the idea for Bella Vado was birthed in 2004. Now let's go connect with Corinne and find out all the delicious ways we can use avocado oil and the nutrients, and a little bit about Corinne DeSalvo. Hi, Corinne. So I'm kind of new to avocado oil, and I'm sure there's a lot of people listening that may be as well. How do you get oil out of an avocado?
First pressed, cold pressed from the flesh of the avocado. So when I say the flesh of the avocado, I'm talking about removing the pit and skin, and what you have left, which is what you eat, we extract the oil from that.
And then so you just squeeze it out and it just makes this beautiful golden green avocado oil?
Actually, it's a pretty long process. It's a pretty interesting process. So we have to wash the avocados once they've come in from the field. We have to wait until they're eating ripe so we don't over-ripen or under-ripen. And then we run it through and we remove the pit and the skin. And then we gently knead the meat, the pulp, for close to 45 minutes, really watching our temperature. And then it goes through a horizontal centrifuge, which is a high-speed machine that literally spins so fast that it removes the oil from the pulp. And then the oil is then pumped to a final machine, which is a vertical centrifuge, and that spins even faster, and it removes any particle, any little piece that got in, and what you have is a perfectly finished product, avocado oil.
It sounds amazing, and I understand that you handle a lot of this processing of avocados and the process of making oil out of that.
We do. It's actually a 3-generation family-run business. We have one really close friend that works with us in the office, but the rest of the operation is with our kids, my mother. If you get a website order from our website, 99% chance that my 80-year-old mother packed that product and sent it to you. So we have our kids who have worked in all aspects of the business, from the manufacturing side to marketing and social media. So they have been involved ever since the youngest is 23. So he's been involved since he was 9 or 10 years old.
Well, that's amazing. I love family stories like that. So when did Bella Vado, California, avocado oil initially launch?
So we launched back in 2006. We had purchased an avocado grove in 2004, and we moved our family from the Seattle area. My husband, Sid, and I were both in high-tech jobs, and we decided we wanted more of the farming life. So we moved down to Valley Center, California on a 40-acre organic avocado grove. And 2 years later, we had a plant that we installed ourselves and the equipment ready to press in August of 2006.
It's pretty amazing. And
Anybody that wants to just jump right in and go to your website, they should just go to bellovado.com and you can learn all about the products and that. Now, I want to ask you, how many avocados go into a bottle of avocado oil? And I think it's like 250 millimeters. So is that like half a cup or a cup?
Yeah, it's 8.5 ounces. That's correct. It's a cup and a tiny bit more. About 15 to 20 avocados, and I'll explain because that sounds like a lot of avocados.
I know it does. It does.
And it is a lot of avocados. It'll depend on the size of the avocados. That's why we put a range. But if you'll remember, previously we spoke about we remove the pit and the skin, so that's some weight out of the avocado that comes out. So all you're left with is the flesh. So when you reduce those 15 to 20 to their flesh, and in oil production, even the best machines, and we have the best machines, you only take a percentage of oil out of the flesh because the flesh isn't 100% oil. There's other stuff in there. There's fiber, there's other vitamins and minerals that aren't oil soluble. So you get, somewhere in the 20 to 30% range of oil out of the flesh. And that's how we get to the 15 to 20 avocados per bottle.
That's amazing. So how ripe does an avocado have to be in order to begin its entry as an avocado oil?
That's a good question. We always talk to our children who run the line with us, and they sort the avocados. We always say it needs to be eating ripe. So something you would eat and put on your salad or your sandwich, if it gets overly ripe, you're going to get off flavors in the avocado oil. So it's a very tricky process that takes a lot of attention to detail. And for every bin, which is a macro bin, we call them bins, for every macro bin, which is about 800 or 900 pounds of avocados that go in whole, we have to really monitor that entire bin to make sure what we're putting through is consistent and consistently ripe. So we'll constantly monitor the line, and we'll pull out anything that's not ripe, anything that's too ripe. So only the eating ripe avocados get to go through the process of making our avocado oil.
Interesting. And then what if when you get your avocados that you have taken off of avocado trees and they're not totally ripe, then what do you do to sort of accelerate the process to make them ripe in order to make avocado oil?
And that's a great question, because I think a lot of people don't realize that when you pick an avocado, avocados do not ripen on the tree. So as soon as
I didn't know that. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
So you just pull them off green then, and then you're going to tell me the answer to that.
Exactly. Yeah. So once you cut an avocado from the tree, then it starts to ripen. So you have the time that you cut that avocado, about 7 to 10 days, depending on your season. So if you look at a season kind of like a bell curve, for lack of a better word, early in the season, it's going to take them the 10 days to ripen. Perfectly in the middle of the season, it'll take them about a week. And as you get towards the end of the season, they ripen quicker. And they will ripen quicker towards the end of the season because they have more oil content.
Oh, that's interesting. So they have more oil content towards the end of the season then?
That's correct. Yes.
So how many, I guess I'm curious too, is I know it's a big business that you're in. I know that you distribute, your avocado, not just online, but to a variety of supermarkets, around the country. How many bottles do you sort of fill every day? Or is it just a weekly process?
So we actually we try to fill a little bit ahead of orders, but we typically distribute our avocado oil through distributors. And they'll put in orders for half a pallet to a pallet. And a half a pallet is somewhere in the neighborhood, of about 1,000 bottles. And a full pallet would be double that. So we really try to bottle it as we get the orders. because we store the avocado oil in a controlled environment, in a dark, cool room, so that we try to protect the best properties of it until we need to bottle for orders.
Now, I know that you also have organic avocado oil, which is literally what you produce anyway, is organic. And what is the process and the credentials that you have for that, for Bella Vado, California avocado oil to be deemed organic?
Yes, so we have to go through inspections and certifications every year. We are prohibited from using any chemicals in the processing facility, outside of the processing facility, or in our processing line. So once we're processing the avocados. Now we use organic approved washes and organic approved sanitizers for our machines. So even if we're not processing our organic fruit, we're processing a conventional fruit, we still use the exact same process and we follow the organic processing from start to finish. So we're very careful about what we do, not only what goes through the machines and what is put on the machines, and nothing is added in the process of making avocado oil.
Well, that's good to know. So you have no pure, any kind of preservatives or chemical enhancements or anything like that. It's simply pure avocado oil.
That's correct. So in the process, we let the fruit ripen to its perfection, and then we let the machines do the work, and we add nothing else.
Now, I always like olive oil, and it was a couple of years ago, a friend of mine gave me this big bottle of avocado oil, which I found just to be, quite as interesting. Can you tell me what you think the difference is, or if one is better than the other? Does one have more, vitamins in it, like olive oil versus avocado oil?
So olive versus avocado oil, I'll kind of go from the top down. They're both fruit oils. They're both excellent oils. Where avocado oil shines above olive oil is that it has a higher smoke point. So you're able to cook and stir fry. Our extra virgin oil, you can take up to 450 degrees.
Oh, that's incredible.
That's incredible for an extra virgin cold pressed oil.
That's up there with grapeseed oil, right? Because grapeseed oil has a high smoking point too.
That is correct. So avocado is one of the highest, and I should remember what grapeseed is, but it is extremely high and extremely healthy. You break that down a little further, avocado oil has more vitamin E. It has more chlorophyll, which makes it green, which is actually the nutrient that you want to consume in your green leafy vegetables and things like that.
So let me ask you this. What does avocado oil taste like?
So for me, avocado oil almost has this buttery taste to it, just like an avocado, just a slight avocado taste, but very creamy, very buttery. It's actually a little more viscous than olive when you look at it. So olive, if you pour in a plate, will look a little more thin and a little more runny. Avocado oil will have this thick, luscious, buttery taste that really just coats food very nicely. It's just a beautiful oil.
Now, I know that you have your avocado oils, but I was really excited to see that you actually have flavored avocado oils. And one of the flavors I would really want to try is the jalapeno avocado oil. And I know you have butter flavored avocado oil. And in fact, you promote that and encourage people to use that on their popcorn. So again, avocado oil obviously is good for keeping your vessels all nice and clean, that type of stuff. And you have lemon and lime, and you have garlic. But I want to know, how do you make the avocado jalapeno oil? I mean, do you ferment the jalapenos in there and then grind them all up, or how does that work?
Yep, we used to actually run the full fruit of like when you look at the lemon and lime, we have a machine called a hammer mill. I know that's a technical term, but it's a round screen that actually shreds fruit, and we didn't need it specifically for the avocados because they come to us already de-pitted and de-skinned. But when we ran our lemon and lime through, we actually would put the whole fruit in there, skin and all, and it would actually sit there and mix with the avocado oil. With jalapenos, it's a little tougher because the fresh jalapeno is a little tougher to deal with. Jalapenos want to be roasted, and so that they'll give up their oil, which we don't heat up in our process. So with the jalapeno, we add a really good, high-quality essential oil.
That's good. So what's the most popular flavor that you have? Is it the jalapeno, or is it just a straight up pure avocado oil?
The pure avocado oil is probably the most popular. People feel like they can do so much with it. Secondly, garlic, because people love not having to chop up little pieces of garlic. So you can put that in, you can dress that on your pasta, and it just really makes your dish shine with this buttery flavor with a really nice, fresh, clean taste of garlic. And then the lemon and lime is one of my favorites because I'm a huge salad eater. So all I dress my salad with is a drizzle of either lemon or lime, and then some great sea salt and pepper on top of that, and that's it.
Sounds good. That sounds really good. Now you have other products on that you market as well, like infused sea salts that you have, and then you have a really neat package, which I think would be really popular for the holidays or any kind of special occasion, where you have the avocado oil and balsamic vinegar, and then a packet of seasoning to make a really great dressing out of that. Now, so you've been in business now for, I guess, 3 generations, at least 30 years then, right?
We've been running the avocado oil since 2006, so 14 years. We were probably number 3 in the world that started this, maybe number 2. There was only a couple of us back in the day that even knew how to or had the drive to learn to press avocado oil. So avocado oil is an extremely new oil to the market.
That's good. So do you ever visualize yourself being on the cover of Fortune magazine, of being one of the top women in a business of avocado oil?
I would love
I'd love to
see
see that. I mean, that would be my prediction, because I just believe in this company so much and what you produce and the family history behind it. And it's great. So you've had ups and downs like any other business in that. Now I want to segue over to the body and hair part of what you manufacture. And I know that you have avocado bar soap. And I think this is really important for people that, especially like me, that you have sensitivities to certain chemicals or perfumes and things like that in soap. And your soap is pure avocado soap, but it doesn't have any parabens. And so how was the process for that? And how did you sort of have the intuition to go from a savory culinary avocado oil to avocado soap?
Yeah, that was an interesting journey. So the avocado soap came about when we first started creating the avocado oil. We were out there at farmers markets. We were really doing, feet on the street, talking to everybody about avocado oil, and they had never heard of it. So we segued into some body products. And you are correct. The avocado oil soap is made with 100% avocado oil, no palm, no coconut. And that is so moisturizing and wonderful for your skin. There's no other ingredients in that if you get it unscented. And if you get it scented, then we go with essential oils. So we put no junk in there whatsoever. Our bars are made fresh. So we make them, and it takes 3 weeks for them to cure. We make the avocado oil soap. It's handmade, and it's made using what they term as a cold process method.
That's good. So you have avocado body, face wash, and that comes in grapefruit. And then you have other creams, I think. I see new stuff. I mean, because I hadn't been over the website in a while. But you also have lip cream, lip balm type of stuff that's made out of avocado oil. And then you have skin and hair serum. And I'm really onto the hair stuff because I never realized what big business it is to put these hair treatments on your scalp to help promote, growing, stronger hair and all that kind of stuff. So how did you get into the hair serum?
So we did a lot of research on avocado oil when we were first manufacturing it, and realized that even the skin application is amazing. So we like to say that our avocado oil is inside, outside. Beautiful to consume, wonderful to use on your skin. Used on your skin and hair, it really promotes on your skin the growth of collagen and eases fine lines and just does a wonderful job of moisturizing without any preservatives. So if you're looking for something that is good for your skin, that will give you the moisture, you don't have to put a cream on. You can put straight avocado oil and you'll get that moisturizing property, and it's so healthy. Onto your scalp and your hair, you can put this as a scalp treatment, and it really nourishes the scalp. And I think a lot of times people forget that the scalp is such an important part of healthy hair. So you take care of your scalp, keep it moisturized, keep it healthy. It really keeps the scalp in excellent condition. And you can literally put this on your hair damp or dry, just running it through the ends of your hair. And it gives your hair that really beautiful moisturizing properties as well as shine.
Very good. Now, you did something very unusual in your marketing and your promoting, and took advantage of innovative technology, and you created and developed your own, in fact, it's the only one out there I've ever seen, Alexa skill to sort of educate people about the healthy benefits of avocado oil. And that, it also puts the word out about all the other products that you have. And in your Alexa skill, and I want to say this too, anybody that's listening, all you have to do is say, Alexa, open Avocado, and from your Amazon Echo device or the Alexa app, and you'll be able to listen to daily tips about the uses of avocado oil. You can ask Alexa questions about avocado oil, like understand how to learn how to make avocado soup. How does avocado oil taste? And is avocado oil free from parabens? We already answered that. And it's just really neat. So I think it's hats off to you for creating something really innovative in that.
In partnership with Studio Carlton, that Alexa skill was created, and it was a great process, and it was easy. It was well done. The questions that ended up in the Alexa skill gives the consumer such a great view into our business, how things are done. Any questions that they might have about what a particular product contains. You've heard me talk about the soap, but there's other body products that we have that are fabulous and are talked about in there as well. And I think from a consumer perspective, that this really helps people kind of have a one-on-one conversation with our company, for lack of a better word, and having that Alexa skill enables that to take place. So that it's like having a conversation with you and I right here, right? They can ask a question, they get an answer. And I think that's immensely valuable in this day and age of technology, where you can actually connect and have a conversation about someone's business and understand how they got to where they were and what their products contain.
Right, and Alexa makes it so easy for that, and it's entertaining. And your particular Avocado Alexa skill, you also not just have for headless devices, which is the Echo Dot, you also have Alexa presentation language, which means all the visuals and some touch screen and some text scrolling and all that. So that makes it kind of interesting. I have it pulled up here on my website, on the Amazon website, the Avocado Alexa skill, and some of the questions that users can ask, which I think is neat, is because again it goes back to I like things that are free from chemicals. So one of the most powerful question is avocado soap free from parabens? And so they can learn all about that. But other questions that users can ask is to understand how you actually make the avocado soap. So you can say, how does Avocado make their avocado soap? And then other questions about avocado nutrients. How is the avocado oil processed?
All the questions we've kind of been talking about back and forth, people can definitely find on that Alexa skill, and just over time really learn a lot about how we do certain things, what products we have available, and it'll really give them the deep dive knowledge I think that they're seeking to understand what a really healthy product this is.
One of the other interesting things is that at the end of each daily tip, or when a user asks questions about Bellavato avocado oil, Alexa will say, "Would you like me to send you information via web link to your mobile device?" And when a user says yes, they immediately get a text message, and then they click on the web link, and then they get information that's pertinent to that daily tip about avocado oil and or the question that they asked about it. And I just think that is so cool. And you also have a variety of certifications and awards, which I think is very important today. And as you said earlier, avocado oil is really kind of new to the industry, and people need to learn about all the good stuff. Because I think you told me a while back that there's some avocado oil companies that actually water it down or put other fillers in there, so it's not as pure as yours. But you have certifications like the Good Food Awards, the USDA Certified Organic, the non-GMO certified, and San Diego Grown 365.
That's correct. Yep. And over the years, we've worked in partnership with those companies to not only attain the certification, but continue to have that certification. And I think for consumers, that's a really important thing to understand, is those certifications ensure that the product you're getting is as pure as possible. And I do want to loop back to, we do not dilute our oil. A lot of companies do, because pure avocado oil, you can imagine, is pretty expensive. So they dilute it down to kind of stretch what they have so that they can make more money. And for us, it's less about the bottom line and more about doing something good that we feel good about and is good for the people that are consuming it.
Now, I want to ask a question that probably everybody else asks, because olive oil has a pretty long shelf life in that. And what's the shelf life of avocado oil?
Avocado oil is the same or even better. Because of the way we treat our avocado oil, we can get 3 years from the time of manufacture till the time that avocado oil would not be at its finest. With oils, over time, they start to lose their color and a little bit of their flavor. So fresh is best, clearly. But our avocado oil, because of how it's treated and how it's stored, and we always bottle in a dark bottle, so we're trying the absolute best to get it to the end consumer in its most pristine fashion.
Very good. So where do you go from here? I mean, what is the big vision, of the company? Do you want to be able to distribute in all the supermarkets, or do you want to focus on, just the health and what do you call it, the facial scrubs and things of that nature?
Yes. So our avocado oil, especially the organic, is a really hot commodity, and I'd like to see that grow. Even today, we really have to work to keep up with demand, because there's very few companies that produce organic. We're one of the few. So that's a really precious product. I'd also like to see the body line really gain some interest and traction and get into more people's hands, because once they use it, they fall in love with it. They see how nice it is on their skin, how well it works for them, how pure it is. And people can feel good about that today, because most of our lotions and cosmetics have all these preservatives, and our skin being the biggest organ, we believe that that's a focus going into the future to help people take care of their entire body by also focusing on the skin.
Now, being an entrepreneur, even though you started with your parents on this, I mean, how do you, as the leader now and the main person over at the company, how does your intuition, fit into your decision-making process?
That's
because you came from technology, which is very left-brain thinking, by the way, and then you went into this, what I think, kind of a creative process and very earthy, and to make avocado oil.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think for me, the easiest way for me to listen to my intuition is not sitting at the desk. It's when I'm moving, I'm either in the field, or I'm out walking through the grove, or I'm working on the machines or bottling. It gives my mind sort of rest or pause. And I don't even realize I'm thinking about a topic, but then all of a sudden some directions or ideas start to pop into my head. And that's how I follow my intuition is, oh, okay, there's the subtle voice that says, you really need to be focusing over here. You really need to be looking at, this type of branding. So that's kind of how I follow my intuition is, for me, it's easier when I'm not really focused because I do come from that technology background and that left brain, and old habits die hard, and I want to think about how I'm going to do it. But if I relax, let it flow, then the answers seem to come pretty effortlessly.
Now, you also do yoga, right? So you take time away from what I would look at 10, 12-hour days. And on top of producing this, you also handle a lot of the marketing and working with these distributors and that. So I guess to unwind, you actually do some yoga, right?
I do. I have a daily yoga practice. And regardless of whether it's a 20-minute practice or an hour practice, I do try to fit it in every single day. And for me, it really helps me align after all that chaotic, maybe going from machine to machine or running the bottling line or talking on the phone with distributors. It's really that quiet time where I can really align myself, and it's how I do my self-care. So that's how I take care of myself, is really daily yoga practice.
Very good. And you also have a nickname, and the nickname is, I want to ask, who bestowed you the oil baroness?
I kind of gave the name to myself as a joke originally. When we were first starting the company, I was like, I'm going to call myself the oil baroness, because most people will look at that and think petrol, think gasoline. But knowing the company and what we're doing currently, it makes sense, right? We started this. We were the first U.S. producers. So I think it's kind of a fun nickname.
It is. And I could see you with a crown, a jeweled crown on your head, and everybody sort of, handing you varieties of, instead of grapes, would be avocados at your feet. So there you go. Anyway, it's been a pleasure talking about this. Is there anything that you want to add about the production of avocado oil and why? I just wonder, I guess, too, a lot of people use, regular olive oil. And I think it's important because, again, I think there's more nutrients in pure avocado oil. And maybe the trend is going to be, maybe 5 years from now, 7 years from now, more and more people will go to the avocado oil before they go to the standard olive oil. I mean, who knows? Maybe there'll be a big drought over in Greece, or, you can't produce it anymore.
Sure. I mean, avocado oil has the typical A, D, E, K vitamins, but it also has lutein and magnesium. And a lot of people don't realize that it's a good source of magnesium. Lutein being good for your eyes, eye health. It has been talked about that avocado oil is good not only for the eye health, but also prostate health in men, and magnesium from an overall body functioning. So you get those vitamins and minerals, and there's a bunch of trace minerals in there as well that you don't always get in olive oil. So to me, it's just a really well-rounded, heart-healthy, extremely pure product that is good to use every day.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to talk with you, and I look forward to exploring the avocado oils, the pure avocado oil, but I want to try the jalapeno and probably the garlic, and I will be giving this away as gifts, not just for the holidays, but hostess gifts, all that type of thing. And I encourage everybody to go to bellovado.com and Alexa, open Bellovado, and be ready to learn about the wonderful world of avocado oil.
Tune in next time, as there's always something new to learn on Ariel Talk Time. If you're a professional lifestyle consultant looking to expand your brand, gain more recognition, or to be featured with an exceptional group of inspiring professionals, join Ariel. Visit Ariel.com.